Ladies and gents, welcome to Wealdstone FC.
You've got no friends?
Can you believe it's been over 10 years since that infamous video?
You're playing shit because you've got no friends.
It led to the birth of a new superstar, tearing it up in the UK singles charts.
Wealdstone, RAIDER, Wealdstone, RAIDER.
But it also put the spotlight on a non-league football club from the outskirts of London. Wealdstone FC have a fitting nickname, the Stones, and you know even The Rock would be scared coming up against Wealdstone's biggest stone.
If you want some, I'll give it ya.
Enough about the Raider though, move aside Gordon, as there's a new Raider knocking about the Vale.
Oh, to shit out.
So to give the ground its full name, it's the Grosvenor Vale?
Realise football paradise is shit.
You what?
He's got no fans,
Little bit harsh.
no ground, and Riz,
Rears? You mean Rise?
if you want some, I will give it ya.
Yeah, right then. If you want some. Roy versus the Raider. Half time at the Vale, 1-on-1. Let's bloody do this. Let's do this! Sorry about that guys, back to Wealdstone Football Club. Formerly established in 1899, they actually have roots dating back a lot further due to numerous clubs in the area merging. This was in like the late 19th century. Wealdstone Football Club actually have the claim of being the very first televised match in the UK when they took on their local rivals Barnet in 1946. They play in royal blue and white, and as well as being the Stones, they also have the nickname of the Royals. They currently play in the National League, which is the 5th tier of English football. As well as having the claim of being the first televised match, they also have the claim of being the first to win the non-league double, having both won the FA Trophy and the Alliance Premier League, which is basically the National League all the way back in the mid-80s, because they did the double in the 84-85 season. Now, this is going to confuse you, as despite winning the league, they actually didn't get promoted, because all the way back then, if you won the National League, you didn't automatically get a spot in the Football League. To get into the Football League, you had to be elected back then. So, despite being the first to do the non-league double, even as of filming right now, Wealdstone FC have never been in the English Football League. Crazy, they're first of so many different things, but they've never been a Football League club. Some notable former players include Stuart Pearce, Vinnie Jones and Jermaine Beckford. Let's just look at this quirky little ground for a bit. So Wikipedia has the capacity at 4,085 with only 709 seated. So Wealdstone FC have had a bit of a roller coaster history when it comes to their home stadium. They've been at the Vale since 2008 and currently share it with Watford's women's team. Prior to that, they were homeless for 17 years, playing at Vicarage Road, obviously the home of Watford, the men's team, Yeddings Ground, Edgware Towns Ground, and if you saw the last video at the Hive, you'd have heard me mention how Wealdstone FC were originally supposed to be at the Hive. But when their investors went bust, even with 30% of the work being done, everything fell through, and obviously their local rivals Barnet have since took up occupation, is that even the right word? They basically now play at the Hive, check out the video. Now if you see the Gordon Bartlett suite, don't get confused with the other Gordon, Gordon Hill, aka the Wealdstone Raider. Gordon Bartlett was the manager of the club, I think up to like 2017 possibly. He was manager for a whopping 22 years. Now this video was quite spur of the moment. As I mentioned, prior to this I was at Barnet, but prior to that I filmed a video on the kids hit TV show Rentford Rejects. You probably remember that show from Nickelodeon if you were a 90s kid. So check out the Rentford Rejects video, check out the Barnet video, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's been short and sweet, but we will be back to take on the Raider I'm only joking. We'll be back to check out a Wealdstone FC game this season. I love a bit of National League and I'm sure you do too. So make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more stadium tours. And we've got some really good ones.
I'm telling you.
What you want, Sam?
Hey?
You want some?
Well, the old Super Mall,
You
wouldn't
want
it?
some or what?
Right then guys, that's been the home of Wealdstone FC, the Vale. And I've got one last thing to say. You want some?
You want to do with me?